A guy tattooed designs on his arm, recalling enemies, writing their names down, harboring a grudge for over a decade. He plans to settle scores before leaving. Old Joe's ready to flee, having pried a brick from the bathroom wall, as if in a demolition game. The delivery guy left behind a clue, an unsweetened taggart like a relic from an archaeological dig for the mastermind, and years just keep passing by. Old Joe's strength is unbelievable. He's dug a huge hole in the bathroom. Today he escapes, but first packs a letter for his daughter. The show's back on. The interviewed girl confirms her daughter is 23, listening to her story. Old Joe's feet feel like they're made of lead, and even with poison gas filling the room, he's determined to watch every second of his daughter's story unfold as she looks so great. It reminds him of his mother, as if she's come back to life. Old Joe finds himself stuffed in a box. The long-lost sunlight is stabbing at his eyes, but he grits his teeth and gets back up. Cautiously looking around, he's relieved the letter to his daughter remains, hope endures, and he knows freedom is near. Excitedly, he breathes in fresh air. After a while, he finds a thoughtful pair of sunglasses in his pocket, his sunshine shield. Sunglasses to block the sun, plus a stack of $100 bills as his life startup fund, yet he's puzzled by the box before him. He didn't know its purpose, pressed the button and saw a countdown before his daughter's photo, then it clicked. This is the limited offer from the mastermind. Old Joe carefully climbs out of the box, sensing the emptiness around. The woman with an umbrella in the distance reminds him of the drugged rainy night. He chases after her all the way to the park, but no matter how loud Old Joe calls, she won't even look back. A young guy mistakes him for a thug, completely oblivious to the years of grudge Old Joe has built up. He rushes after the woman without a second thought. Subtitle: He merely catches up with that big yellow umbrella. But unexpectedly, the woman transforms into a homeless individual, prompting him to angrily question her, just as another girl suddenly dashes up. Subtitles: The girl thinks Old Joe needs help, but he flees to avoid exposure and arrest. He's called back by the girl right before he leaves because his behavior was just too weird. She leaves him her business card and offers help. Old Joe barely recognizes himself anymore, spills his 20-year solitaire, hoping for some investigative help, but the investigation hasn't even begun. A mysterious phone rings, and Old Joe's daughter says something that leaves him scratching his head. But he gets two things straight. His daughter is in his grasp, and this guy is definitely the mastermind behind it all. To save his daughter, Old Joe pulls out that list, but 20 years later, many names have gone 6 feet under. After a whole night of hard work, Old Joe is utterly spent, and when his friend finds him, he's already out cold. His friend instinctively dials 911, but upon seeing someone, he suddenly goes mute. His mind's a jumble. Joe's card in hand, the clinic girl stares curiously. 20-year disappearance secret piques her interest. She sneaks Joe's letters when her friend's out. The letters oozes yearning for his daughter, and as she reads on, she doesn't even notice Old Joe has woken up. Old Joe's heartfelt words endear him to the girl, and not only does she not notify the cops, she completely buys his story. However, Old Joe stays on high alert, the contrasting vibes like a sitcom waiting to happen. The girl offers to help, eager to see Old Joe reunite with his daughter, but he clutches the letter tight, turning her down without a second thought. Just then, a text from the mastermind rolls in as Old Joe heads to meet names on the list, his old boss before he got taken in. He gives up on profits before going in, but when he spots the old boss, the profits magically reappear. The old dude looks totally lost, clearly not in the insider club. The girl keeps tagging along, hoping to lend a hand, but when the investigation hits a wall, a food delivery sparks a light bulb moment for Old Joe. With the girl's help, Old Joe hunts down restaurants with dragons in their names, racing into Chinatown, knocking on every door. As he tries familiar dumplings, he realizes the taste isn't right, not from his flavor memory. Ditches Little Fly the girl and scoots out, and at every restaurant they try, every dumpling they order tastes like a bad knockoff of his memory. Girl goes to work, leaving Old Joe to visit 70 remaining Chinese restaurants alone, finding that familiar taste. With those dumplings in hand, he starts wolfing them down, but after a whole day of waiting, he finally notices something's up at the counters overflowing with takeout, and a big guy shows up to collect them. Fueled by rage, Old Joe grabs a hammer, jumps on a delivery bike, and pursues, swinging wildly. He slips into the garage, takes care of the security guard, and the big guy collecting food doesn't even see it coming. Using a takeout box as a disguise, Old Joe catches the guard off guard when he pushes the door open. The warden in the surveillance room is all blissfully unaware, while the prisoners are ready to riot from hunger. The warden opens the door and is immediately punched by Old Joe, who then pins him down no mercy for his 20-year captor. Old Joe slices the warden's flesh with a blade, forcing him to reveal the mastermind, cut several pieces, and salts the wounds. After some rounds of creative torture, the warden finally spills the beans, revealing some recording bags he left behind, tailor-made for Old Joe. "Are you sure about me?" Old Joe retorts, setting the perfect tense vibe. "How long until we can handle this, Old Joe?" His voice drops dramatically, hinting at the cliffhanger ending like in a suspense flick. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting content.